Hello everybody, it's me here, Cameron Brown, and a warm welcome to the How To Cameron channel. I've noticed a lot of people complain about the lighting in my videos. I apologise, I'm very bad at filming, I have no clue what I'm doing. A lot of people literally think I record the video with the curtain shut and no lights on. That is not true at all. I just can't get lighting right. It's literally my biggest flaw on YouTube, okay? When it comes to making videos, lighting for me is awful. Today we're going to be talking about unofficial mark schemes because I feel like this is a topic that few people actually talk about. Lots of people use unofficial mark schemes, but not many people actually talk about the principles of unofficial mark schemes. I feel like unofficial mark schemes are responsible for making millions of students depressed nationwide, just because it's so horrible thinking you've done so well in an exam, then looking at the unofficial mark scheme and then realizing that the whole exam paper that you completed was flawed. You messed up. And I wanted to talk just about whether or not I would advise my fans, I have so many fans, clearly, whether or not I would recommend to my fans who love me dearly to check out the unofficial mark scheme after an exam paper. Now, this is something I'm always guilty of. Every single time I come out of an exam, the first thing I do is look at the unofficial mark scheme. And generally speaking, unofficial mark schemes, I believe, can act in two different ways. They can act in a sense of, oh, I thought I did well in that paper, I checked the unofficial mark scheme, oh, I got loads of stuff right, that's good. That's the main consequence of looking at an unofficial mark scheme. The other consequence is thinking that you did all right in a paper, then checking the unofficial mark scheme, and then realising that you actually did pretty bad. And that happens a lot. And I know a few people personally who believe they've done bad in their A-levels. Not only did they find the exams hard, but they've noticed that the unofficial mark scheme answers, they don't match what they put in the exam, they got different numbers, etc, etc. And a lot of people, because of that, are really demotivated when it comes to university. And with me, even I'm kind of demotivated. I've looked at the unofficial mark schemes and I've got a lot of the questions right, I know that for a fact. But I'm still kind of like hesitant whether or not I've done enough for the grades I need to get into Nottingham. And because of that, for the next 3 or 4 months, or whenever results day is, 2 months, why am I saying 3 or 4? Am I flipping stupid? For the next 2 months, it's going to be quite daunting to me because I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing in the future. And for me, that's a major issue. I hate, not unpredictability, but I hate the idea that I can't do anything besides wait. It just sucks because, yeah, I could go out of my way to get a job, yeah, I could go out of my way to focus on YouTube, but I just don't know what my future will look like. I don't know if I will go to uni, I don't know if I'll get in easy or just get in or not even get in at all. I don't know whether or not to do a bit of studying for my degrees already and read up on chemistry now because I don't know if I'll get in. Imagine how big that L would be if I started studying chemistry at degree level just to kind of get into the mood of doing it, but then failed the A levels. Like, it would have just been a waste of time. But anyway, regardless of that, I need to mention, leave a like please and sub. Haha, thank you. But anyway, unofficial mark schemes, would I recommend that students look at them? Well, I want to go through the pros of unofficial mark schemes and the negatives, and then I'm going to give you guys a motivational speech at the end, just in case you feel like you've done bad. Only joking, you're still going to feel like you've done bad. I'm not hoping at all, probably. Straight off the bat, unofficial mark schemes are very good for validating your answers. If you feel like you did a question quite well, but you're a bit confused whether or not you got it correct or not, checking the unofficial mark scheme, seeing the number that you put in on the exam paper in the unofficial mark scheme, it's extremely satisfying. It happened with me. There was a 6-mark question in chemistry. It was a math question. I mean, the answer was numeric. It took me literally 20 minutes to do. I couldn't fathom the answer and I had to actually ask for an extra piece of paper to do the goddamn question because I messed up on it so many times. I looked at the answer on the unofficial mark scheme and I knew just looking at the answer I got the full 6 marks. I mean, there's no way it could get less than 6 marks for that question. That was kind of a confidence boost. I think that perfectly summarises who the unofficial mark schemes are actually aimed at. I feel like they're aimed at people who are really intelligent but just want validation that they've done well in their exams. Like they're students that will get A stars, but they want that like full guarantee that they've got the marks that they think they've got, and that's what unofficial mark schemes I think are made for. So that's the main benefit of an unofficial mark scheme. If you feel like you did well on a question, you can check the answer and you'll get that massive good feeling of satisfaction. A disadvantage of unofficial mark schemes is they can be flat out wrong. I remember physics this year, there was an answer, it was flat out wrong, okay, and there were literally people on the student room forum arguing against it. And the reason why this is a bit of an issue is because a lot of people who use unofficial mark schemes don't normally use the forums, because the student forums is literally a place for betas, okay? I'm sorry to say, but if you're literally in your free time spending time in a forum talking about education and studying, you're just a goddamn loser. And I'm not trying to be mean, but you need to get laid. I apologize for saying that, but it's true, okay? Just come on, okay? You shouldn't be wasting your time after you've finished all your exams talking about education. Oh, that's what this video is. Oh no! God dang it. No, it's different because, like, with them, they don't get paid to do it. I get paid to do this, so it's different, guys. Crap. Don't expose me. Yeah, but a lot of people who actually use unofficial mark schemes don't regularly go on the student forums. The student room forums. Should have said that instead. That makes more sense. God. A lot of people who use these student room unofficial mark schemes, they don't actually use the forums. So because of that, they'll look at the mark scheme and they won't look at the forums. So they won't actually understand whether or not certain answers have been highlighted as wrong in the unofficial mark scheme. And because of that, it can be quite easy for a lot of people to look at the unofficial mark scheme, go, crap, I did not get that answer, and then leave, even though there are people in the forum post thread, whatever, arguing that that answer in the mark scheme is wrong, hence the answer that that person's checking is actually right, even though the mark scheme said that the student got it wrong who did the exam. And I feel like the main reason why they're wrong is just because of how quick the unofficial mark schemes are made. They are just made so quickly, it's a joke. I am stunned that people have the time in exams to memorize the combination of multiple choice answers that they've put on their paper. The amount of people I've seen on the student room go, oh, I got A, B, C, C, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. I'm literally thinking to myself, flipping heck! You're never going to get laid, okay? You're a virgin, okay? I'm sorry. If you're memorizing the answer to every multiple choice question, just get a life, okay? That's literally how? How's that even possible? I can't even memorize one, let alone 30 or whatever it is in chemistry. Just because of that, they rush it. It's obvious that, you know, they do not memorize it perfectly. There's no way you can memorize 30 goddamn letters unless you're autistic. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I mean, generally speaking, I'm probably autistic. But I can't do that. What do I even say? But yeah, that's one of the disadvantages with the unofficial mark schemes. They can be flat out wrong. An advantage of the unofficial mark scheme, and I think this is very important, I feel like it can be a confidence booster even if you get a lot of the answers wrong. I don't know if that makes any sense, but not the unofficial mark scheme itself, but more the thread of students, because you realise that a lot of students have the same, like they make the same mistakes as you, and because of that, like it can be nice and relaxing to know that other people messed up on similar things. But generally speaking, why is my nose shadowing my flipping eye, my left eye? That's so annoying. But like generally speaking, a lot of these unofficial mark schemes, they contain people talking about like how the exam went and what they think the grade boundaries are going to be. And something that I always did with my A-level exams, with the unofficial mark schemes with A-levels, they normally have these polls. And these polls are like, oh, how did you find the exam? Good, great, bad, I felt like I got raped. That's how they normally go, the multiple choice. That's how you answer them normally. Completely normal. But yeah, you can compare like last year's exam, and I know for a fact that this year, you know, I think it was paper 2 in chemistry, people found it harder than last year's paper 2, so because of that, naturally the grade boundaries will probably be lower. Maybe not, but they should be lower by that logic. And I feel like that can be a confidence booster if you feel like you've done bad in the exam. I feel like not many people utilise that, but there is a disadvantage with that, and that is they change the goddamn options. So last year, for example, with physics, this isn't true, but last year they may have had like, oh, for paper 1, how did you find the exam? Excellent, good, average, meh, bad. They may be the options last year. But then this year it might be, how did you find the exam paper? Epic. Whoa! No. Like they may change it so the options are different, and because of that you can't compare them. If 500 people say the exam went meh and then this year 500 people said that the exam went all right. Like, do them words mean the same thing in people's head? Probably not. So, like, that's where it gets confusing, and I feel like that's a main disadvantage. And the last advantage of unofficial mark schemes, I feel, is just the discussion of what content has not been covered. A lot of people in the threads of unofficial mark schemes, they talk about what may come up in the next exam. And I knew, like, with chemistry, like, there was no questions on electrochemistry, like batteries and stuff, in paper 1 or 2, so of course it was going to come up in paper 3. But a lot of people were quick to go, oh, the required practical that you need to know is going to be on electrochemistry. That's what everyone was saying, because they hadn't asked one question about it in paper 1 and paper 2. And also on top of that, last year it was nothing to do with electrochemistry. And I was thinking to myself, no, AQA are never predictable. And guess what? The required practical was literally the same thing from last year. Whoa! There's literally like 12 required practicals I could have chosen from, and they've chosen practically the same practical. I messed up on that question as well, so I'm sorry. Oh my god, like, it's so flippin' annoying. And a disadvantage with that is people are just really overly confident about their predictions. I always see this on social media. Oh, I know that goddamn period 3 is coming up. Period 3 oxides, they're coming up this year, guys. I feel it coming in the last paper. And then in the actual paper, like, there's like 2 multiple choice questions on it. There wasn't even one. There was no questions on period 3 oxides, which actually made me cry, because I love that topic in chemistry. Oh my god. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I'm not going to make too many A-level videos or videos talking about education, just because I know that my fan base is very diverse. And a lot of my fans will not watch me just for A-level videos. And quite frankly, videos like this, I think they are beneficial in the short term, but I feel like they have like a lifespan. Like, I felt like if I just kept making education videos all the time, I'd just not grow my channel that much. Or maybe I would, but it would just drop off eventually, but I don't know. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Smash like if you did, subscribe to the channel if you're new today, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Goodbye.